I didn't buy my AR-15. I didn't purchase my firearms to be cute. I didn't. I have what I have to defend myself. I did not buy what I bought. I did not buy this AR-15 to not defend myself, to not defend my family, to not defend my property, to not defend my country. What's up, boys and girls? Hope y'all doing well. It's been way too long since I made a video, and there's a lot to talk about. First of all, thank you guys very much for those of you who have subscribed since my previous video. That means a whole lot, and honestly, I need to keep making content in spite of the reality that YouTube does not want me to grow. I didn't touch on Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyle Rittenhouse is a precursor of what's to come. Kyle Rittenhouse is just the beginning. If these people do not stop attacking communities, destroying businesses, which are basically the lifeblood of communities, what Kyle Rittenhouse did is just the beginning. And he simply defended himself, right? He simply defended himself. He didn't go on an offense, right? He didn't do any of that. But he looked after his personal safety. Now, the narrative is it's wrong to do that if you use a firearm. Because remember, the left is anti-gun. Remember March for Our Lives? Remember all the effort CNN put in for that?
You're not standing up for them until you say, I want less weapons.
I think a lot of leftists don't know or realize what they're asking for. These dudes who attacked them, right? Why are these people surprised that they actually got shot? What? You know what that tells me? It tells me that they think that people like Kyle are bluffing. Like, oh, they surely wouldn't use this rifle to shoot somebody. You know, they just have it as a threat, you know, as a sign. And that's not true for a lot of people, myself included. Like, I didn't buy my AR-15. I didn't purchase my firearms to be cute. I didn't. I have what I have to defend myself. I did not buy what I bought. I did not buy this AR-15 to not defend myself, to not defend my family, to not defend my property, to not defend my country. Like, I understand that there are people who look at shooting as merely a hobby. But for me, it's more than that. It's training. It's practice. It's preparing myself to be effective in defense, should I need to be. If these Antifa losers, these anti-fascists, which actually act fascists, which are the fascists, if they don't chill out, people are going to start responding. And people like me, we don't respond just to respond. We respond to end threats to ourselves. Like, defending yourself is a God-given right. Defending what is yours is a God-given right. The state didn't give us that. The Constitution is a clear response to the idea that we are made in the image of God. And so we therefore deserve and have the inalienable, inseparable right to defend ourselves. So, people like me, your everyday citizen, just a normal person, like Kyle, we are just normal people who want to defend ourselves, you know? I think that they just don't understand what we are capable of doing. I think they simply don't know. I don't think these people have thought far enough Because remember, a lot of this is based off of emotion, right? You know, I feel like America's the worst. I feel like I have to do this stuff. I feel like I have to do this. I feel like I have to do that, right? And so, it's not about logic, you know. Gavin McInnes said that 2020 is an IQ test, and he's absolutely right. Because right now, you know, our nation is devoid of logic, reason, critical thinking. People aren't thinking, you know. It's all emotional now. It's how people feel, right? And so when you act on your emotions rather than acting on logic, you make mistakes. And one of those critical mistakes is a failure to think about how people will respond if this continues. Why would a group that's anti-gun, why would a communist anti-gun group think that they can continue to do this stuff? Why? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. And someone might be watching and say, well, dude, Antifa has guns too. Well, yeah, that's true. But what's not looked at is how many. That's the difference. If you are a part of the left wing, you're on the wing that has very few firearms in comparison, man. Like, we literally celebrate the Second Amendment all the time to an obnoxious degree, you know? It's not the same by a long shot. Like, it really is not the same by a long shot. And so, yeah, there's plenty of us. Remember that Virginia rally? Remember that? There's so many people out there with AR-15s, thousands of people. No one got shot because, remember, self-control is an important part of gun ownership, right? In fact, the people that do own guns, that's hilarious. People that do own guns tend to be more responsible people because they recognize the weight of said responsibility, you know. And that was just Virginia. I mean, think about that. Think about that. And then, what I'm really concerned about, because like I said, you know, I'll be able to hold my own if I need to, right? Like, it's not a concern. But what I'm really concerned with is what happens after everyday people like you and me respond. Like, man, these leftists just don't even think about vets, man. Like, they don't even think about vets who have been trained, you know. They don't think about vets who've gone through it, man. Like, dude, if that switch gets flipped on, man, it's not gonna go well at all, man. It really isn't. It's not gonna go well at all. And they're just not thinking, dude. They're not thinking. It's kind of like, I mean, even in government too. Joe Biden, who else? Beto O'Rourke, right? I forgot that senator's name in California. People who are very much anti-AR-15, who are for confiscation of AR-15s, they're not thinking ahead, dude. They're not. They're simply thinking that, well, if we get into power with our positions that we have, we will be able to enforce a gun confiscation, an AR-15 gun confiscation. You know, some police may well follow through and just do what their government told them to do. You know, I'm just doing my job. Got to come take your rifle, even though you're innocent. That's the kind of officer I don't respect. But then there are officers that will respect that and say, no, you know, I'm sorry. I'm not going to go do this. This is wrong. This is anti-constitutional. This is not okay. But then think about the military. Like, if it really hit the fan and the military has to respond to a situation, leftists really think that they're going to be anti-2A, that they're going to take away guns by force, that they're going to start a war with everyday citizens. No, it's not going to go down that way. It's not. Not by a long shot. Practically everyone in the military are patriotic, and they're down for defending our country. I mean, I really think that they're going to follow through with this gun confiscation? No, not at all. I mean, you know, people like Biden, they got another thing coming. Like, it's like they kind of forgot why people serve in the military in the first place, because they want to defend this country, because they love this country. And so this expectation that people are just gonna comply or else is not real. They're gonna find out real quick that the military is not on the side of these people. They're not. They're not. The majority of the military voted for Trump anyway, the previous election. It's not going to go that way. And so right now, the in-between, you know, prior to something like that happening, which likely never will, there's this, you know, just local government thing where some officers can come to someone's place and confiscate their firearm, right? That's basically their only real option, because the alternative simply won't work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work at all. So anyway, this was about Kyle Rittenhouse. He's a hero. He simply defended himself, demonstrating our God-given right to defend ourselves, right? And I think he will not go to jail. I don't think he'll be charged at all. I mean, of course, he's being held now, but I think the ruling's going to go very different from what a lot of leftists think. I really think so. So anyway, that's it for this video. I want to just talk about Kyle Rittenhouse, how I'm with Kyle. I need to get a t-shirt. Since I'm with Kyle, because, dude, that's what this whole Second Amendment thing has been about from the get-go. Defending ourselves and defending ourselves from a government that is no longer American. Like, that's actually American to resist a government that's not American anymore. Like, defiance is literally a part of the American way. It literally is. That's why the Second Amendment exists. Because the Founding Fathers, flaws and all, understood full well that the human condition doesn't change. People are the same like they were back then. Social things can change, but at the same time, people can do terrible things in power. They witnessed it firsthand. They've seen it throughout the world. And America's no different. If you guys like the video, a thumbs up would be appreciated. A comment goes the extra mile as well. Maybe I can get some sort of additional reach on YouTube. Otherwise, I just might have to do BitChute or something like that. Subscribe if you haven't. And the next video, we're going to talk about Trump's debate with Biden. See y'all in the next one.